Welcome to Cliff Lede Vineyards. My name is Remi Cohen. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Lede Family Wines. And I would like to give a special thank you to the Napa Valley grape growers for organizing this grower series. My background is as a viticulturist, and I'm coming up on my 20th harvest. 2020 will be my 20th harvest here in Napa Valley. And I've been involved with the Napa Valley grape growers for my entire career. I was introduced to Cliff Lede by David Abreu. David Abreu planted our vineyards from 2005 to 2010, and it was always the plan between Cliff and David to have our own team farming in-house. So that was my first job here. When David introduced me to Cliff, I took over the farming operations here in 2011. And my background before that, I've been a viticulturist for several different wineries within Napa Valley, including Maryvale, Bouchain, and Saintsbury. I also had my own vineyard consulting company when I met Cliff. When I became the general manager in 2014, we started looking for a new director of vineyard operations. And through the Napa Valley grape growers, I had the amazing opportunity to meet Allison. We both participated in hosting a Napa Valley grape growers press conference for the harvest. So Allison, tell us about your background before you joined us.
Thanks, Remi. My name is Allison Wilson. I'm the Director of Vineyard Operations. I'm here for Cliff Lede Vineyards. As Remi was saying, I started my career here in 2012 working for Oscar Renteria for Renteria Vineyard Management as an assistant viticulturalist. Oscar's support of the Napa Valley grape growers pushed me into joining a committee for the Napa Valley grape growers, and I joined the marketing committee I think in around 2012. I got thrown onto a harvest press conference, and luckily one of the people by my side was Remi Cohen. It was at that point that we formed kind of a relationship, and in 2015 I came on at Cliff Lede Vineyards to manage the vineyard operations here.
So we are here at Cliff Lede Vineyards, which Cliff Lede founded in 2002 when he acquired 60 acres in the Stags Leap district. We have two distinct vineyard properties here in Stags Leap. We've got the Twin Peaks Vineyard, which is named after these two beautiful rolling hills on our property. And this orography is very unique to the Stags Leap district. We also have the Poetry Vineyard, which is located across from the Silverado Trail. And that's very quintessential Stags Leap. It rises from the valley floor to the highest elevations of the Stags Leap district. The soils are volcanic, they're rocky, they're very steep, and the sunshine reflects on this west-facing aspect of the hillside and heats our little district so much, and that's what makes us known for growing really ripe, opulent Cabernet. But these unique hillsides that we have here help funnel in cool air, cooling us down in the late afternoons and staying cool at night, and that is what keeps the freshness, the verve, and the acidity in the Cabernet. So our vineyard properties, both parcels, are dedicated mainly to Cabernet Sauvignon. We do have a little bit of Merlot, Cabernet Franc, Petit Verdot, and Malbec. And recently, Allison has planted some Sauvignon Blanc and Semillon in honor of Cliff Lede's daughter, Marla, who loves our Sauvignon Blanc. So we're pretty excited about that too. So Allison, tell us what's going on in the vineyard.
Yeah, so the warm weather that we had recently really accelerated the shoot growth in the vineyard. After we got all of our suckering done, now we're on to tucking and shoot positioning. Let's go take a look. Hey guys, so after we're done suckering or removing shoots in the vineyard, it's time to tuck the shoots and shoot position them. So the first thing the crew will do is they'll come through and they'll tuck the shoots underneath the wire. The next thing they'll do is they'll separate them out so that they're spaced nice and evenly. Then they'll come in with an electric tie gun. They'll bring this tie gun up to the shoot, close to the wire, and attach the shoot to the wire. So as the shoot continues to grow and get longer, we'll continue to attach to the higher wire. So what this is going to do in here is it's going to create an environment for the vine where it can get equal light and equal airflow throughout the canopy to ripen those clusters for the 2020 vintage.
So here you can see a Cabernet cluster that has started to flower. So we call this bloom. In the vineyard, it's an unusual process. There's what we call a cap, this green covering of the flower that releases from the flower and reveals the flower parts. And the grape cluster is actually hermaphroditic, so it self-fertilizes and self-pollinates. So this is a really sensitive time in the vineyard when we're going through the fertilization, or what we call bloom. So bad weather could potentially cause a worse set. Set is when the flower becomes a berry, or great weather could cause a great set. So this is a very sensitive and exciting time in the vineyard when we're in flowering, or what we call bloom. So Allison, what block are we in?
Yeah, Remi, down here at Twin Peaks Vineyard, we're in a block that we call Dark Side of the Moon. Cliff names all of his blocks here at Cliff Lede Vineyards after some of his favorite songs and favorite albums. So down here at Twin Peaks Vineyard, where the soils are kind of a pebbly, rocky riverbed loam, we have some blocks such as Beautiful Day, Bohemian Rhapsody, and over across the street at our Poetry Vineyard, we have a few blocks, Hotel California leading up to the Poetry Inn. We have Stairway to Heaven, which is not really heaven to walk up. And those blocks over there are kind of a volcanic fractured shale. Every year we pick our favorite blocks from the two ranches and we blend them together for a special wine. Remi will tell you a little bit more about that.
So we're going to taste a wine from what we call our Rock Block series. This is the 2016 Soul Fire. Every year we make a wine that's a mashup of two of the different blocks in our vineyards. In this case, it's a blend of Heart Full of Soul by the Yardbirds and Light My Fire by the Doors. We were in the Dark Side of the Moon block, so the 2015, as an example, was called Moon Fantasy. It was a blend from that block, Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, with Dear Mr. Fantasy, which is by Traffic. So this tends to be one of our most opulent and rockin' Cabernets. So we hope that you can come visit us once the wineries reopen here in Napa Valley. We'd love for you to come and listen to great music and, of course, drink rockin' Cabernet. So cheers, Allison.
Cheers.